The Corvan Empire had ruled the Andromeda sector for 3 centuries, their iron grip maintained through fear and brutal public executions broadcast across their territories. Today's victim was meant to be just another example. A 17-year-old human girl named Emma Walsh who had been caught distributing food to refugees on Corvan Prime. High Inquisitor Thane adjusted his ceremonial robes as the cameras focused on the execution platform. The girl stood defiant despite her chains, her chin raised and eyes blazing with a peculiar fire that seemed to burn in all humans. It was a trait the Corvans found both fascinating and infuriating. Citizens of the Empire, Thane announced to the billions watching across dozens of star systems, witness the fate of those who defy Corvan law. This human terrorist has committed crimes against the state by providing aid to undesirable elements. Emma Walsh looked directly into the cameras. When she spoke, her voice carried clearly across the plaza and through the broadcast networks. My name is Emma Walsh, daughter of Admiral Patricia Walsh and Colonel James Walsh of the Terran Defense Force. I regret nothing. Thane's expression shifted momentarily. Those names were familiar, but he dismissed the concern. The Terran Defense Force was a minor military organization from a backwater system, hardly worth considering. The Empire shows no mercy to terrorists, Thane declared, raising his ceremonial blade. The execution was swift and brutal, designed to maximize the psychological impact on viewers. As Emma Walsh's body fell lifeless to the platform, Thane addressed the cameras one final time. Let this serve as a warning to all who would challenge Corvan authority. What Thane didn't know was that Emma Walsh wasn't just any human. She was the daughter of two of humanity's most decorated military leaders, and more importantly, she was the goddaughter of Fleet Admiral Marcus Stone, the man humans called the Reaper. 7 minutes after the broadcast ended, every Corvan military installation in the sector experienced simultaneous system failures. Communications went dark, defensive grids collapsed, and orbital weapons platforms simply stopped working. The Corvan Empire had made a fundamental error in understanding human nature. They assumed humans were like other species, rational creatures who would be deterred by displays of overwhelming force. They failed to grasp the concept that humans didn't just fight for territory or resources. They fought for each other. Admiral Stone had been watching the broadcast from the bridge of the TDF flagship, Righteous Fury. He had helped raise Emma Walsh, taught her to fly her first starfighter, attended her graduation from the Academy Prep program. The moment her body hit the platform, something ancient and terrible awakened in the human fleet commander. All ships, Stone's voice carried across the tactical network with deadly calm. Execute Protocol Omega. Authorization, Reaper 7-7 Alpha. Protocol Omega was humanity's most classified military doctrine, a prepositioned network of assets designed for one purpose: the complete and immediate destruction of any enemy that committed genocide against human civilians. For decades, human merchant vessels and diplomatic missions have been seeding Corvan space with cloaked devices, establishing deep cover operatives, and mapping every critical system. The Corvan Empire controlled 47 worlds. In the span of 17 minutes, every single military installation, government facility, and strategic resource on those worlds was reduced to molten slag. Human sleeper agents, activated by a single coded transmission, emerged from hiding to systematically dismantle the Empire's infrastructure from within. But the humans weren't finished. Admiral Stone's fleet materialized from hyperspace around Corvan Prime like avenging angels, their ships painted black and broadcasting Emma Walsh's final words on all frequencies. The planet's defensive systems, compromised by decades of human infiltration, offered no resistance. This is Fleet Admiral Marcus Stone of the Terran Defense Force. His voice thundered across every communication channel in the sector. You executed my goddaughter on live broadcast. You made it entertainment. You forgot that humans have very long memories and longer reach than you imagined. The orbital bombardment was precise and methodical. Every government building, every military academy, every monument to Corvan supremacy was systematically destroyed. But the human fleet specifically avoided civilian areas, hospitals, and schools, a mercy the Corvins had never shown their victims. Let me be clear to anyone watching this. Stone continued as Corvin Prime's skyline burned. Emma Walsh was feeding hungry children. You killed her for showing compassion. This is what happens when you mistake human kindness for weakness. Within 6 hours, the Corvin Empire ceased to exist as a political entity. 3 centuries of oppression ended not with a prolonged war or negotiated surrender, but with the swift, merciless response of a species that had learned long ago that sometimes the only way to preserve peace is to make war so terrible that no one dares threaten it again. The final transmission from the human fleet was simple. Emma Walsh has been avenged. May she rest in peace.